In the last class, we have seen that grandmother did not spend her time in her personal prayer. And grandson says, in his lifetime, for the first time, he sees that grandmother lives without personal prayer. Instead, she called the ladies from the neighborhood and conducted a bhajan at home. And she was using the drum, she was using the dholak, she was using the drum or dholak with her fingers, and its leather was very old, and she was beating the drum. You see, and she was singing the song of the soldier's return. I think we were talking about that, I think so, isn't it? Okay, so she was singing the song of homecoming warriors. We have seen what is the meaning of the word usage, homecoming warriors. That means we send a group of soldiers for a war. And after winning the war, the soldiers are coming back victoriously to their homeland, That is what is called the song of homecoming warriors. And its connotation is, what is the connotation? Each human being is sent to this world as a warrior of God, as a soldier of God. This is a connotation. You are the soldier of God, and you are fighting here in this world for God. At the end, you have a successful life on this world. Then you are returning to heaven. So at the time of your death, angels will come and you will return. You are a warrior. You will return heaven victoriously. If you are not victorious, devils will come and they will take you to the hell and you will go crying. Clear now? This is the connotation of the song. That means it shows that grandmother is going to die. She had foreseen her death. He understood that she was going to die. That is why she conducted a bhajan. She selected the homecoming warriors song also. Clear now? Okay. You see, you have to learn the literature in detail. In the forthcoming years, maybe the exams may be there in MCQ. So this kind of connotations will help you to write the answers. So connotation is important. That was the underline. That was the first time since I had known her that she did not pray. That is over. The next morning, she was taken ill. She was ill. She was sick next morning. It was a mild fever. And the doctor told us that it would go. So they consulted with the doctor, and the doctor told, no problem, it is a simple fever, a slight fever, not corona, no problem. So he told it will go. But my grandmother thought differently. Underline. But my grandmother thought differently. One thing I want to remind you, in the last week I had sent you a message to collect your pending books and notes if it is there. Those who have not collected English book and other uh, um, um, applied mathematics or like such books are there, you come and collect the book from the office. Okay. So here it is told that the grandmother thought differently, different from the comment of the doctor. Doctor told it is a simple fever, no problem, with a paracetamol, it will be all right. Take paracetamol morning and evening, 2 days, fever will subside, no problem. But grandmother thought differently. Grandmother realized that this is not a simple fever. This fever will take me to heaven. That is different. She told us that her end was near, underline. She told, because she was an old lady. So she told my grandchildren, it is my time to die. Will anybody believe? If your grandmother says to you, Mone, I am going to die, will you believe? What we say, what Mama you are saying? What? Mama, what are you saying? Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Like the doctor, you will say, Mama, nothing will happen. Even maybe a mama is breathing the last breath. At that time, what you will say? No problem, mama, no, don't worry. But mama will say, no, this is going to be my last breath. Here you see, she told us that her end was very near. She said that since only a few hours before the close of the last chapter of her life, underline, she said these words just hours before the last chapter of her life. What is the last chapter of the life? Last hour. The final hour before death. That is the last chapter of her life. Amal Roshan, did you take the breakfast?
Yes, sir.
That is why you are feeling tired. Am I right? What happened? Are you feeling tired? If you get tired, then I will come over there. Are you studying?
Sir.
Not studying, isn't it? Are you studying?
Yes, sir.
Economics? What was economics today with the graph? One graph was there 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. What was that graph? Teacher told that she was bringing banana for you. Do you understand? Sit and learn economics. Okay. So, she said these things just a few hours before the closing, before the end of her chapter. Her chapter is the life. Close of the last chapter of her life, she had omitted to pray. The last moment, she omitted to have the personal prayer. She was not going to waste any more time talking to us. So, in the last moment, she said, my dear children, I am going to die. I don't have time to waste. I am going to pray. This should be your saying, my dear kids, my dear people, this is the final 2 hours of my schooling life. This is the final 2 hours of my schooling life. 1 hour is +1, 1 hour is +2. The closing chapters of my schooling, then you begin college life, isn't it? This is the final hours of schooling. I don't have time to waste. I have more things to learn. Abhiram, I have more things to learn. I don't have time to play. I don't have time to play games. I don't have time to talk. I am serious. Learn from grandmother. Nestle, Alan, Roseanne, Krishnunni. Why don't you open the videos? Open the videos. Otherwise, I would say you will quit the place. Otherwise, you quit the place, no problem. Roseanne, if the video is not on, you quit the place. If you attend my class, you switch on the video. Krishnunni, you did not get the time to comb the hair. I don't like this kind of a habit of keeping the video switch on. I see there are some students, I don't tell the names now. Next class onwards I call out the names. If you attend the class, switch on the video. So she was not going to waste any more time talking to us. She did not want to talk to the grandchildren. We protested, but she ignored our protests. So the grandson and the parents told her not to use the drum and don't get tired. You take rest. You have fever. You have fever. Don't get tired. So she ignored our protests. She did not want to agree with our suggestions. She lay peacefully in bed, praying and telling her beads. So she peacefully, calmly lay down on the bed. While laying down there, she was saying her prayer. So the grandson or the son and daughters told her, take rest, you sleep there, you have fever. So she did not hear their advice. She was praying there. Even before we could suspect, we could doubt, her lips stopped moving. After some time, we could see that her lips stopped moving. And the rosary fell from her lifeless fingers. Within minutes, she died. The rosary fell down. Her lips did not move. A peaceful pallor. Pallor means pale. Pallor means pale. A peaceful pallor on her face, and we knew that she was dead. Within minutes, we could see that her face was pale. There was no blood there. It is white. And we understood that grandmother died. We lifted her off the bed. We took her from the bed because she was lying there. And as is customary, according to the customs, as is customary means according to the custom, laid her on the ground as they keep the dead body on the floor and covered her with a red shroud. In North India, it is like that. The dead body will be covered with a red cotton cloth. That is a custom of North India. Dead body will be taken from the bed and it will be laying down on the floor and it will be covered with a red cloth, red shroud, red cloth. After a few hours of mourning, so after the death, the people will cry, isn't it? People will cry for some time, mourning. We left her alone to make arrangements for her funeral. So as soon as grandmother died, for 10 minutes, grandchildren, father, mother, everybody cried aloud. Because otherwise people will doubt, isn't it? Sometimes the children may not like the parents, but they will cry. Ayo, ayo, wait, isn't it? Why others? Otherwise, people will doubt what kind of children they are. So there was 10-15 minutes. Mourning was there. There were large cry and all. Then we left. We left for the arrangements. The funeral arrangements were to be done for her funeral. In the evening, we went to her room. In the evening, we went to the room. And with a crude structure to take her to be cremated. A crude structure. You have to see in the North Indian culture. So usually the dead body would be carried on a crude structure with a bamboo. With the bamboo sticks, a structure like a ladder, it will be made. Like a ladder, a structure will be made with a fresh bamboo. And on that the dead body will be laid. So they made a crude structure and the dead body was kept on her for cremation. The sun was setting and had lit her room and veranda with a blaze of golden light. It was evening. You see, the sun was setting and had lit her room and veranda with a blaze of golden light, evening rays. That means it was setting sun, it is evening, and the sun rays came to the veranda. We stopped halfway in the courtyard. So they took the dead body and stopped halfway at the courtyard. All over the veranda and in her room, right up to where she lay dead and still stiff, wrapped in the red shroud, thousands of sparrows scattered on the floor. Underline that sentence. See, dead body was taken from the room on a rough stretcher made out of bamboo. And they took the dead body and they came out of the veranda and they reached the courtyard before the gate. Before crossing the gate, they stopped and turned back. They could see a marvelous, a beautiful sight. What was the beautiful sight? The veranda was filled with sparrows. The room where the dead body was kept, sparrows were sitting there. Sparrows came to that house to say the last wishes, last prayers to the dead grandmother. That is what is the love of animals. If you love the animal will show its loyalty to you. You see, once again I read it. We stopped halfway in the courtyard, all over the veranda, and in her room, right up to where she lay, till that place where she was laying, dead body was kept. Thousands of sparrows sat scattered on the floor. They were sitting there. There was no chirruping. Underline. They were sitting silently. They did not make any single sound because they had common sense. They had common sense. On the previous day, or on the previous days, or on the early days, or on the days before, when the sparrows were coming to the grandmother, they made a veritable bedlam of chirrupings. The previous page we can see. The birds made a veritable bedlam of chirrupings. They were making sound, chirruping sound. They were jumping here and there. They were sitting on the shoulder of grandmother. They were sitting on the head of the grandmother. They were chirruping. But now the birds, the sparrows understood that the grandmother is no more. They were sad. They sat silently on the veranda. Underline, there was no chirruping. We felt sorry for the birds. We felt sorry for the birds. And my mother fetched some bread for them. They were sitting there. So my mother went inside and took some bread and crumbled it and spread over there. She broke it into little crumbs, made it powdered. She powdered it the way my grandmother used to do. My grandmother was giving bread into small crumbs like a powder, so the sparrows would eat it. So we saw thousands of sparrows sitting there. My mother, the grandson's mother, went and took some bread and crumb and gave it to sparrows. The sparrows took no notice of them. The most important part of the lesson is here. The sparrows did not give attention to those bread. They understood this is not a time to eat and enjoy. This is a time of mourning. M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G. It is a time to express our cry. It is a time to express our deep sorrow towards the death of my grandmother. So they did not eat the breadcrumbs. When we carried my grandmother's corpse means dead body. When we took the dead body out of the gate, they flew away quietly. When the dead body was gone, they also went out. They flew away. Next morning, the sweeper swept the breadcrumbs into the dustbin. No sparrow ate the breadcrumbs. The servant came and collected it and put it into the dustbin. Here ends the portrait of a great lady named grandmother. Sanjana, do you follow? Okay. So, this is the portrait. From this lesson, you have to draw a portrait. How was? During the whole lifetime, she seemed to be same. There was no change in her lifestyle. There was no change in her habits. There was no change in her physique. There was no change in her physical appearance. The reason was that she was happy, joyful in her mind. since she enjoyed spiritual happiness, not material happiness I am talking. Grandmother enjoyed a spiritual happiness, spiritual joy. She was healthy. She enjoyed a healthy body. So the lesson teaches us that each one should be happy, joyful in your body and mind. It will be reflected on your face. And that will help you healthy all over your life. Such is what is called a holy life. Such is a holy life. And according to the lesson, grandmother's life was a holy life. She was a holy lady. She was a prayerful lady. That is why she could recognize, she could know the time of her death. And even at the last moments of her life, she was preparing very well with prayers. And even she loved the nature. Even she loved the animals. Even she loved the birds. In return, they also expressed their love and concern for the grandmother. Even they recognized the death of grandmother. They recognized the funeral of grandmother. By rejecting the crumbs of bread, they expressed that this is not the time to enjoy and eat. This is the time to express our sorrow towards the dead grandmother. They were teachers to humanity. So when you come out throughout this lesson, when come to this lesson, you have to know the different stages of turning points. First one, the life related with temple. Second one, the life related with city English school. Third, the life related with university. Fourth, the life related with his abroad life. Fifth, life at the end times. So, one question I give you, you have to write it, the answer, note it. Formerly, I have given you one question. Did you write the answers? We had Albert Einstein. I gave you one question. Did you write those answers? Write this question. There existed a strong bond. There existed a strong bond between grandmother and grandson. Between grandmother and grandson. From childhood to old age. From childhood to old age. Explain. Explain based on the lesson. Explain based on the lesson. You see, how will you, this is a long answer. How will you write the long answers? Please note, from the very beginning, try to write in this way. Some of you may be knowing, others also. You see, suppose this is your page. This is your page. When you write the long answers, you should have a heading. A heading based on the question. Here you can have a bond between grandmother and grandson. Or you can give the bond. You can give any, the relationship, whatever be, a beautiful heading you have to give. Here you have to write the name of author. So it is very important that you have to learn the name of the author and name of the lesson without mistake. Then now you are going to write the long answer. It contains 2 paragraphs, 2 paras. So a paragraph starts after a tab. Tab means computer keyboard. You will see a tab button. If you press the tab button, the cursor will move, jump from here to here. One word space is here. So from here you will begin the first line. Second line here. Third. Like this, you are writing the first paragraph. After that, you will begin the second paragraph, next line. That is also after a tab. You see, tab. The same position it will come. Same position it will difference, gap. Then you begin the next paragraph like this. So in this way, you write 2 paragraphs. Your answer will be over. After this, you will leave 1 line. After this, you will leave 1 line. Are you following me? Do you follow me?
Yes, sir.
So you leave 1 line. Then you will select 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. You will select 4 lines. Then you will make a rectangle box here with a scale and pencil with the first and fourth line like this. It will end here. Then inside there are only 2 lines. You have chosen 4 lines, first and fourth line for the box. Inside there are 2 lines. On these 2 lines, you have to write a catchy line from the particular lesson, from this lesson. You can choose any. You can write, that was the time since I had known her that she did not pray. Many important sentences I ask you to underline. Many important sentences I have told you to underline. You may learn from each and every lesson 1 sentence by heart. Catchy sentence. That catchy sentence will be written inside the box with the blue ink. Box with the pencil, writing with the blue ink. So this is a long answer. Clear now? This is a structure. Don't write simply 2 paragraphs and close. This part should be there. This part should be there. You see in the beginning, those students who are coming from other schools, you might not be taught like this. Are you taught? No. You don't ask why, sir, this is needed. Only ask a paragraph. The thing is, we want to make a different structure of presentation. This is to create a new method in presenting the answers. So when the routine answer comes and then your answer comes, there is a difference. While you write, when you write, you will see the difference. Okay, so prepare the long answer in this way of Einstein also, both. If you have written, make the box there and write the catchy sentence and write the heading, that will be all right. You see the difference then. Now you might have written only paragraph. You fit one heading and name and a box at the bottom. You will see the difference. So prepare it, and I think today it is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. By Tuesday morning, file it. Okay. You should have a file with you. We have given you around 7 or 8 files with you. One file you have to keep it for English. All these homeworks, what you write, should be punched and kept inside the file. Okay? The rest, next class we will see the next poem, photograph. Okay? I end the meeting. Okay, thank you.